This is the Brick Commentary Central. You're listening to the BCC. Okay.
Nice.
Now what?
I don't know, froze for a moment. It is Monday, April 14th of 2025, and you're listening to episode 439 of the BCC podcast. I'm LQ. Joining me today is Ford.
Good evening.
Leo.
I heard myself on the over the hot mic after it froze.
And Malaris.
You forgot me.
Nope, I saved him for last because he showed up last.
Oh!
Hello, Mace.
Hello.
How'd uninstalling Discord go for you?
It didn't work at all. You see, I have 8.9 installed, and 8.9 opens the launcher for 9.0. And 9.0, as this is already installed. I uninstalled both, couldn't make it work. So now I'm on the browser version.
Well, at least I feel like back in the day, Orion used to have that issue a lot. Remember,
Yeah.
where like the desktop app would never ever load, but then the browser version, I forgot. Discord used to work really bad, didn't it?
Discord, I feel like it worked okay, like, for what it was. It wasn't a voice app, really. Like, the voice chat and video calls came later, didn't they?
Voice was there from the beginning. Video came later.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the voice was just trash. It was just the video that wasn't there. Okay. Man, it's been a while. I remember using Google.
Google worked great for like 2 months. Yeah, we've had a lot of errors. I've felt more and more the era of Discord is coming to an end.
Yeah. I won't
You should
mind
make
when
the
it does.
replacement.
Leo, I don't code.
You should have the AI make you a replacement. Embrace it.
Also, confirmed, Nintendo Switch 2 game cards do indeed have a notch.
So, do they
Nice.
taste
Yeah,
worse?
they do taste bad.
Do
We
they
don't know if
taste
it is
worse?
better or worse, but they still taste bad.
I just want to try. So,
Kevin, you gotta compare.
me at the supermarket testing the game cartridges before purchase.
Alright, well, I think we're going to get right into it then. So, after much deliberation, we have decided on a topic. Most people here have not seen Ben 10, but me and Ford like it.
Yeah,
It's gonna be such a
I
great
saw,
show
like,
tonight.
I
a
like
season
it.
and a half or two, but then somebody I was watching it with stopped watching it with me. So
Yeah, we're gonna have a good show for y'all.
then he started watching it again by himself from the beginning, and I was just like, "What's the point? What's the point?" I
The
don't
person
get
he's
it.
talking about is 4 years old.
Yeah, but I didn't want to, like, gosh. I think he's 5 now. I don't know. It's hard to keep
You
up.
should know.
Well, technically, it's neither confirmed nor denied.
So, but I like Ben 10 quite a bit. This doesn't really look like all
This
the
is more than
aliens,
10
but-
aliens.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
That's
this
what I
is,
said about...
Eventually, it gets more than 10.
this is before the reboot.
Oh, it's just like how
This is
Doctor
non-reboot.
Who only had 12 regenerations until he didn't.
Well,
Yep.
No,
technically
actually,
he
no,
had-
it's not like that at all, actually.
I
I'll
think he had
explain.
7 regenerations at first until he didn't, then 12, and then
I
he
guess-
was a woman.
Infinite.
We'll have to explain a little bit of Ben 10 lore here, won't we?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
think it's pretty self-explanatory. Guy
Yeah,
is
he-
Ben. He's 10.
Well, the 10 part is self-explanatory. The rest of
Actually,
it...
it's not.
He's 11.
Are there in fact 10 Bens? In
So
Ben
he
10?
starts off with...
Is he the 10th?
He starts off with 10.
Yeah, he starts off with 10,
choices to
but
make.
then
Excellent.
he can unlock more aliens through various means. The Omnitrix
And are,
contains
are
DNA
the
samples
aliens
of
named
thousands.
So the Omnitrix basically, if you kill an alien, you just like get to be the alien, I guess.
There is that feature.
It's pretty
Not
neat.
kill, absorb.
That's pretty.
You just scan it though.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or scan.
well,
or
I
get
don't-
like a DNA sample.
Lame.
That's
You should
not
have to eat it.
fun. Yeah.
This also only happens in season 3 of series 1 and season 2 or 3 of Ultimate Alien. So
How many
Well, no,
series
he-
are
Okay.
there?
He kind of uses it in Alien Force.
there are 4
To that
series and a
degree.
reboot, which we will not be discussing today. There's the original Ben 10, where Ben is 10 years old. Then there's Alien Force, which is a time skip 5 years into the future.
Which is also peak.
Ultimate Alien,
Peak.
which is a direct continuation of Alien Force 1 year later. And then Omniverse, where it gets bad. Except there's a lot of people that get mad if you say that.
Why? It is. I mean, it looks horrible.
As someone who has watched a season and
I
a
will
half
say
or two
though,
of this,
it's like
wow.
it's trying to go for the Transformers animated style with the chins, but it fails miserably.
Art design is one thing. I can get past the art design if it wasn't for the bad writing.
I do.
It-
I
it
have
started-
not watched
Terrible.
Beast Machines.
It's the
Mm.
it takes itself seriously the least out of all the series.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's why it's terrible.
You're saying the first series takes itself more seriously?
Oh, by a far.
that's
margin.
not good.
Now, Alien Force takes itself the most seriously
Until it doesn't.
until season 3.
Until season
well.
3.
Season 3, they decided Ben was too mature, so they forced the writers to make him less mature.
A 16-year-old is too mature to be a 16-year-old.
He was 15.
Much like the
before.
writers at Marvel Comics with Spider-Man.
It is a similar situation, actually.
Mm-hmm.
This is terrible.
But regardless, that doesn't matter, as we're just talking about alien transformations today.
Hmm. So in the
So
first
me and Fort
series,
can give you
not
a little
only
bit
is
of lore as
Q10,
we go through, but we can go through the original 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Where are all the others?
I think they're color coded, aren't
Oh wait,
they?
here's Accelerate. He's down here for some
Yeah.
reason, and Diamond Head is over here.
There we go.
Okay, so we'll explain a little bit about these aliens as we go through for you guys.
Wait, I don't recognize any of the guys in that top row. What are the ones from the Lego sets?
We'll get there when we get there.
Where is Monkey?
Where's Spider Monkey? Where's Bella Swan?
So yeah, the Lego sets are based off of Alien Force, Leo.
Mmm.
I've
This
lost
is when he
track of which
becomes
one that was.
15, Ben 15, but they couldn't name it that.
Sure.
Well, they
Yeah.
could. Why didn't they?
Because he was 10 in the first series, you said, so he was called Ben 10.
Well, I guess he also, had more than 15 aliens at that point.
Oh, don't even get us started on Ben 10,000. It's a whole can of worms.
Oh, Ben 10,000 is great.
Yeah.
Huh.
Isn't he fat now?
Wait, is that the one where he goes into the future?
No, that is the future.
That's what I
Oh,
just
so
said.
it's like Ben 10,
Or at least one of the
2099.
possible futures. Am I
Oh.
getting that right?
Why does,
Ben 10,000 lore runs very deep.
you're telling me
Yeah.
there? Why does
Very
Ben 10 have
complicated.
multiple what if situations?
Those are fun.
Because-
There are some episodes that are purely what-if situations, and then there are alternate future situations, and then there are retcon situations, and Omniverse then has a trend that is too much multiverse.
Mmm. The
You
downfall
guys are
of many
not going to be able
franchises.
to handle Alien X, are you?
But we'll get there when we get there.
Oh man.
Trying. All right. How do we go about this?
Very carefully.
Every time I go and look at this, I come across one from the reboot.
Well,
Okay. Okay, so yeah, you guys, we're gonna give you this link to the wiki page tier, and you're gonna
But I
scroll
already brought a
down.
brick set. How much more do I need?
You're gonna scroll down to Ben Prime's aliens.
Ben Prime. It's like Ben Parker, but the Prime version.
Transformations, Ben Prime, got it.
Billy? Gwen?
Just keep
Done.
going to
He
Ben Prime.
becomes
We'll ignore the rest.
A younger man?
Okay. So we're gonna start
As
off
he introduced in the original series.
original series, introducing the original series. We're gonna start off with Diamond Head.
So this guy's cool because like his head is made out of
Also, yeah,
diamonds.
don't go to the OV. It has like the images. The OV is often the worst design. Start off with the original series designs for these.
What does OV?
Omniverse.
Ah,
Then UAF, which is Ultimate Alien Force. Because they use the same art style. So anyway, original series Diamond Head.
got a
Diamond
little.
Head is a
black and white going
preferable
on.
favorite of mine. Oh yeah, all the original ones have
Yes.
black and white.
Do they?
Yeah.
It's
Well, the
their
thing is,
driving force.
Well, the way the transformations work, they incorporate some of his clothing where they can.
And he
So
always
yeah, this
wears
is
black and
Diamond
white.
Head. He has crystal kinesis.
Yep.
What does that
Is
mean?
that
Like, make shapes
telekinesis?
and things.
But with
I can
crystals?
also make shapes, but that doesn't mean I get a special power name for it.
Well, like he can like form his hands into like stuff.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, I can too. That's
forgot.
like the
There's-
shadow puppets
Kind
are.
of like
live
Sandman,
action.
you know.
Oh, like Sandman. That makes more sense.
Like he can make the hammer. He can make like a mirror wall or something different.
See, I was thinking it was
things.
like how I could like take my thumb off the rest of my hand, and then put it back.
No, I don't think Diamond Head can do that actually.
Yeah, like if
Ah.
you chip away at him,
Yeah, he
doesn't
can like
just
grow
die?
giant diamond structures like Nuju in the Metro Nui
Yeah.
commercial.
Yeah.
Nujo does that because he drops the knowledge crystal.
Yeah, but he can do it without dropping a knowledge crystal. Well, he can like
Ah.
drop many knowledge crystals into the ground into it.
He can absolutely drop a ton of knowledge crystals.
Me when.
But
we need to
anyway,
go
I
fact-checking.
think Ford will agree with me. Diamond Head is an S tier.
Yes, that is an S tier.
Diamond Head is
I
one
will.
of the
I
best.
will allow this.
I'd say an A tier.
Yeah.
Mace, what about you?
Don't have any
He's too
strong
busy playing
feelings about
ESO.
him in any way.
Mace, this is a lesson in creating strong feelings quickly.
Okay, I'd say A tier. He seems a little bog standard, not in a bad way, of course.
So we have two
Classic, but
A
nothing
tier and
stands
two
out
S
as
tier. Oh no, does this come down to Leo?
no, I think there's
Oh,
three S
no.
tiers.
Oh, did you say S tier, Kevin?
No, I think Leo did, didn't he?
Did you? I don't think Leo said yet.
I thought I said like it seems okay to me.
Okay, S tier it is then. Moving on.
All right.
Oh well.
Forearms.
Forearms.
S tier, easy.
Instant S tier.
Dude has 4 arms. What's not to
This
like
makes much
about
more
that?
sense than Crystal Head.
Yeah,
He's
he's
voiced by Richard McGonagle.
like
Ah.
you see him and you understand. Like
Yeah,
dude's just
it's very
buff.
straightforward
I
design.
would
Connection
personally
to the
argue
name
for
and
forearms to be an A tier because forearms gets very boring because he's so overutilized.
But his
overutilized.
design's good. And that's
He
why
looks
they
like old
overutilize
Bible.
him.
He looks easy to animate.
Also, if you go to his, I hate his Ultimate Alien Force design.
Dude, he has less
Ooh.
muscles. How does that happen?
How are his legs skinnier?
Yeah, did he skip leg day?
But also, I hate his Omniverse design even more.
But he's buffer there.
He has a
like,
mustache.
But they get rid of the stripe on his head.
He
But
shaved
they replace
it.
it with a mustache.
I do like the mustache.
Do you
the
like
mustache is kind of cool. I'll admit.
His
Like-
original design's the best.
It
yeah,
is.
it's buffer, so.
His head stripe recedes more and more every time.
Wait!
No.
is
Well,
just
that
like
happens
a-
with age, you know. In some men.
Is he going bald? Is this switch going bald? Is like to a toucher men?
Sadly, yes.
Okay,
Yes,
well,
it
my vote is going to be for A tier. I'll allow everyone else to put
I'll
their
put it
votes.
in A tier. You know,
S
I'll put
tier.
it in
A tier for me.
tier.
Ford,
That's
stop
3
being
A
a yes
tiers.
man.
Ford and me understand.
Look, there's a lot of cooler S tiers.
Okay, I guess at this point, like, I only got the 1.5, 2 seasons worth into it, so maybe I don't know.
Okay,
You don't know.
so now we have
wait,
Wild.
He doesn't
that means you don't
know.
know about the the Galactic Enforcers,
Don't worry about the Galactic Enforcers.
where they introduced the female forearms.
No, I think that's like season
Anyway,
2.
let's go on to Wild Mutt. Probably my least favorite of the original 10.
What do you mean least favorite? He's so cool.
He is just a dog that can't see.
Wild Mutt.
No,
He's
no,
basically
no,
Daredevil,
no.
but he can't speak
Nope,
either.
nope. I know what he is.
It's a cave creature that uses its sense of smell to see. That's so neat.
Nope, I gotcha. This is what he is. I'll pull a picture up.
Okay, guys.
You'll forget.
When they do,
You forget
when
how
they do
hard it
the
is to just
inevitable-
incorporate a picture into the podcast.
It's
Okay,
very
so
easy,
they
I'm
do
sure,
an
on your end.
episode where he's sick, right? And because he's all congested,
He is monkey.
clogs up the nose.
He is
What
monkey.
is
Wild
this
Mutt.
thing, Leo?
Monkey
Jokero.
Cyber monkey.
weapon.
Let me
Cyber
put it in a
Louie?
picture in here. I don't know what this thing is, Leo, but I can guarantee you it's not as much like Wild Mud as you think.
I know there's nothing like
I
it.
think Leo is just like trying to incorporate this picture of a monkey he found.
I am
think Wild
I am
Mutt
seeing
is an
visual
A-tier
similarities.
design. I think it is an A tier.
They are both
His
orange.
powers are lame, though. If you've got an Omnitrix and you really want one of your 10 alien
Well-
speed, Wild Mutt.
Yes, he has a sense of smell that you can really use to your
Dude,
to
he
to
could
attracting
gobble
advantage.
up
Or,
like
or you could be friends with Burton Guster.
wrong with you?
But my name's not Sean.
Could be.
B tier. Wild Mutt.
I agree on the B tier.
Is that an H?
I would go even lower, but I can agree to B tier if it keeps him lower.
Fine.
I'd agree to an A tier.
All right, next up we have the water alien, Ripjaws.
D
F
tier.
There you go. Face only a mother could love, and he's skinny.
It depends on the version you're looking at. He gets a lot buffer in Omniverse for some reason. It's not one of the worst Omniverse designs, honestly.
That's not being buff. That's just Popeye forearms.
That's true.
Ultimate Alien Ripjaws is really weird, honestly.
Yes.
He shows up like
yeah, that's
once.
Weird.
He kind of sucks.
He reminds me of, you know, the Ninjago Legacy Serpentine where they have abs?
His face reminds me of the fish people from Invincible.
I never understood how his legs
I'm
work.
sure a lot of the same people worked on that,
Because
honestly.
like when he so when he's in the water.
When he's in the water, he goes from a bipedal to a mermaid thing.
Yeah, but there's no
Weird,
like transition as to how that works.
Well, you
doesn't
see his
make
little
sense.
loincloth, it just like stitches up into his legs, and
Yeah, that's weird. Okay, where are the fins coming from?
His fins are like
yeah, it's his feet.
No, they're not.
They're like the web part of the feet. Like
Look,
they
he's
extend
just
out.
more than meets the eye. He's a fishman in disguise.
Anyway, Ripjaws isn't one of my favorites. His powers are only okay. He has a pretty big weakness of he can't breathe.
Yeah.
D tier.
F tier.
I would
was
say-
thinking C.
Spoiler, there are some bad aliens later, so you may not put him in D tier.
He does have a lure, so maybe C tier.
What do you mean
I
the
think C tier.
lore? Just F tier.
Allure. L-U-R-E. Allure. Like the anglerfish.
All right, now we're on a real classic, Heat Blast.
Literally.
Plagiarizing
guy.
Ghost Rider. F tier.
It's nothing.
It do look that way.
He's not a demon from hell.
Is he
He
Nick
do look that
Cage
way.
or the guy from
He can
Shield?
shoot fire and he can fly.
He's Tahu.
Oh, so he's
That's
like
an A
the
tier. That's
that
an A
villain
tier.
from Static Shock.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh man, I loved Static Shock.
Now, I personally like the Ultimate Alien look for Heat Blast the most. I like the shadows they got on him there.
Mhm.
That is pretty slick. They didn't change much for Omniverse.
No, they didn't. They just
They
gave
just
him
changed
different
the color.
proportions.
I mean, how do
And
you
pauldrons.
improve upon perfection? You can't. You can't.
You make it black.
He's aware first one is the worst one.
Yeah, it's not bad. Oh, he looks better in the show
Oh, not
because
bad
his
at all.
lava-y parts are like an animated texture. It's like
that is
floating through
pretty
like a
peak.
lava lamp. But anyway, Heat Blast is S tier. Anyone disagree?
He's so iconic.
A
I can't
tier,
say
maybe.
he's not.
Yeah, you know what? I'll upgrade to S tier. Yeah.
He's
I've literally,
he's
of the aliens
almost
we have
as
looked at so far,
overused though as forearms.
What
I,
about?
of the aliens we've looked at so far, I have only ever seen 4 arms.
Oh, you've never even seen Heat Blast?
I
Oh,
have
I
no memory of
forgot.
that, but I do have
I
a
forgot
monkey
that-
memory of 4 arms.
I forgot that when Heat Blast is sick, he shoots ice.
Ford really gravitated to a few episodes as a child.
That episode is so creative, okay? Except for the forearms one. That's kind of stupid.
Okay, and Stinkfly, who did not appear for a very long time, and I hate his Omniverse design, so just go right to the original series.
Mm-hmm.
Stinkfly is the first ever flying alien. Heat Blast couldn't fly at first until Ben learns how to fly later. Stinkfly can shoot goo.
Whoa! No wonder he doesn't get reused.
And he also
B tier.
smells.
F tier.
Somewhere between C and D for me.
I would say, honestly, like his design's okay. I could say we could put him in D tier for now, though.
Yeah, honestly, he's
Fine.
B tier.
He's just like an updated version of Stinkor from He-Man.
That might be
Yeah.
on purpose. A lot of aliens are references to other things.
Really?
Yeah, you'll see later.
Uh-oh.
Stink.
No, but Stinkor is a skunk. He just smells bad.
Oh yeah, this is nothing like it. What the heck are you talking about?
Well, he smells bad, just like the description, that's all.
Okay. Next up, we have the first of the intellectual aliens, Gray Matter.
I love Gray Matter.
Gray Matter is a
He's
little
such cute
frog
little
dude
guy.
who's very smart.
S
But does he
tier.
like Oingo Boingo?
I like Gray
Probably.
Matter
He
personally.
kinda-
He blinks the opposite way that humans blink, like vertically.
like a frog.
Do frogs blink like that?
Have you ever seen a
I
frog
think they do.
blink?
I don't think they do. Do frogs even blink?
I'll trust Ford on this. I'm sure he's dissected
I'm
plenty.
pretty sure they do.
I'm looking at.
Stare.
Nope, Ford, they don't. They blink normally.
Well, they got the
Maybe I'm thinking of
extra
a toad.
eyelid going, but
Yeah, they have
I might be
extra
thinking of I might be thinking of some other amphibian. But yeah, the thing about Gray Matter though is that he's tiny.
Yeah, he's
That's
about
the one like
size of a
caveat
frog.
to using this guy is that he's really small.
You gotta put a weakness in there somewhere.
Well, I mean, that
Yeah.
can become in handy if you need to be small places. Like, he'll go
Oh, of
inside
course,
machines
yeah.
and stuff.
The thing is, like, it's bad for Ben when he's starting out because he doesn't really know how the watch works yet. I know it's a watch, and every time he gets stuck in transformation, he's stuck there for like 10 minutes. And then I think there's one episode where he gets stuck as Gray Matter for like
Yeah,
Almost
the water
indefinitely.
slide and the dog.
yeah.
So,
So they try to. So is that like trying to make a weakness out of this?
Sort of.
kinda, yeah.
Okay.
So, he learns to control the transformations more and more as things go on. But there's a
Mhm.
lot of limitations when it starts out.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So I think Gray Matter lends itself well to something like that, where you're like starting out
Yeah.
and trying to like develop. a
also,
character.
the Gray Matter is the
Um,
same species as the creator of the Omnitrix,
Yes. Yes.
Galvin.
why did they
That's a
just
whole
make
other
the
thing.
one? Are they stupid?
Oh, no, there's more than one.
Oh, sweet.
Why'd they only make 3? Are they stupid?
Well, because it's so powerful.
Wait,
Well, the thing is, like, they developed it first. Well, yeah, Galvin developed the first one as a translator, like a universal translator
No,
device.
Lord, that's not the lore.
What?
No, it's not at all the lore.
That's literally from. It's literally from Secret of the Omnitrix.
It's a weapon of war.
Yeah, it might have been back then, but there's been several add-ons since then.
Oh,
It's not.
am I
Also,
forgetting
that's
all
not
of
what he
the
says in
later
Secrets
stuff
of the
that Alien
Omnitrix.
Force added?
That's not what he
Isn't
says.
that-
He
I'm
said he
pretty sure
created.
that's what he says.
No, he said he created the
does he say?
Omnitrix so you can walk a mile in another species' shoes.
By
that's
killing them?
Dumb. Yeah.
No, you're not supposed to kill them.
But you could.
Damn.
But would it not also become a universal translator?
No, they already have those, Ford. Every plumber's badge is equipped with a universal translator.
That's yeah. I remember. Okay.
Let's do this the hard way and like, transfer our DNA just to translate languages. But yeah, overall, so I would say Gray Matter is probably A tier. I think his design is iconic.
S2.
Yes.
I'd say C personally.
Whoa.
Kevin says S.
I mean, no
I guess
offense
C.
to him, he just feels unremarkable.
Again, remember, this is the first alien that gives you extra smarts, too.
You told us to judge them based on their looks. That's all
No, I
can
said
do.
that's part of what you judge them. Their powers are part of it, too.
See, it's like real life. You initially
But
judge
I
someone by
appreciate you
their
going
looks.
fast to the judgment, May, so that's good.
Yes. Try to give you what you asked for.
You always judge someone by their looks first. Judge
So
them
we've
by
got an
its
S, an
cover.
A, and a C. Ford, Leo.
I can bump him up to B tier for the power, but
Nah,
I
keep
feel
it
like
at
S
C.
and A should be for really special things.
He's a frog.
Okay.
All right.
He's a
Leo,
gray
what is
frog.
your ranking of Gray Matter?
B tier.
Kevin,
What did I do?
what, did you say S tier?
I
He
said
said
S
S tier.
tier
Okay.
myself.
So
Split the
we're still
difference.
hovering around A. Ford still has a vote.
Oh, I already said A tier.
Okay, yep, I think A
Yeah.
averages it out. Now here is a fan favorite, Alien Accelerate, the fast one.
Ah,
Heard of that.
I hate this guy.
dinosaur.
I think I have a
That why
memory
I've
of
heard of
this,
that
but
one.
why does he have wheel feet?
He does
Because
that.
he's fast.
That's how he goes fast.
Yeah.
But what kind of alien grows wheel feet?
This kind,
Haven't you
Kinecelerin.
seen the best Transformers movie ever, Revenge of the Fallen? There's literally a guy with. There's literally multiple people with wheels for feet. Don't
But those
you know
aren't
this,
organic
Leo?
creatures. Where
Maybe
do you
this guy
invent
isn't
the
fully
friction?
organic.
not all Omnitrix aliens are purely organic.
Yeah.
He also has a faceplate that goes down.
Is this guy a robot?
He's
Possibly
definitely at least
cyborg,
partially
I think.
organic.
Does Ben 10 grow
made-
machines?
He made
Well,
the
yes,
techno-organic.
Anyway, personally, I want to be able to get to at least Alien Force this one. So personally, I'm just gonna go straight and say S tier. His powers are pretty straightforward. He goes fast.
I agree, I
I'm
like
okay with
here.
S
I
tier.
say C.
I like
Dang it.
S. I vote
Okay.
S.
You all
I like how
are
the fingers can
conformists.
form into a blade.
Yeah.
No, Kevin, I'm a
That's cool.
pragmatist.
Every pragmatist is just a pessimist who wants to kill people.
This is clear design inspiration that works well. You know, the speedrunner and the raptor merged together. I like it.
All right, next up we have Ghost Freak. So this is the first ever alien that
Ghost
Ben
Freak.
will lose. Because
Lose.
that
You
the
can lose.
alien that Ghost Freak is has a consciousness in every single strand of DNA. Eventually, this alien develops its own consciousness and then splits from Ben.
Oh.
And then if you look at the Alien Force design, he rips off his skin and looks like that.
What?
Freaky.
Oh, I see.
How did this make it past the censors?
This is back when it was okay to traumatize children, especially on Cartoon Network.
True.
Yes. You speak of Courage the
So,
Cowardly Dog.
Ghost Freak has very vaguely defined powers, honestly. He could go through walls, I think he can possess people, he can rip open his chest and freak people out with all these squirmy intestines.
He's a ghost.
B tier.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I think B tier is fair.
No.
Above Wild Mutt.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking A tier, but
A tier.
No,
Come
he's
on.
definitely better than Wild Mutt, and that's me talking.
So we're between A and B. We have 3 Bs, 2 As. Where anyone want to try and convince one way or the other?
Look at him. He's like a freaking ghost guy. Like Wild
Exactly,
Mutt.
B
He's
He
just,
tier.
does have very interesting lore.
he's just
Yes.
some guy that's
Yeah,
a
that is
dog with
interesting
no
lore, that is
eyes.
true.
Ghost Freak's like a freaking.
All right,
ghost.
low A.
Ah.
Okay, one of my
Alright.
favorite original 10 aliens, Upgrade.
Dude.
Is this the alien that inspired you to learn to code?
No.
Yes.
This
He
is a
saw this
galvanic
alien.
mechamorph. He can turn to goo and merge with technology and give it weapons.
Isn't that just like what Ghost Freak does, except for technology
It's
specifically?
what Ship does.
Well, Ship is
There's an
also
X-Men villain
galvanic
that does
mechamorph.
this. I'm pretty sure.
So, if you scroll, actually no, if you scroll down on the wiki page, you can see some times that he's morphed with technology. He's severely underutilized in the show. He can also shoot a laser out of his little eye thing. So I like Upgrade quite a bit.
The
I
best
put him in
version
A.
of this, the best version of this alien is Ship, and I like Ship. He gets an A tier.
Any one disagree?
I'd say B because his
Also there's an
standard design
one
isn't
episode where he
too
uses
remarkable.
this to transport them into a video game.
That's a
Oh.
classic.
Oh, that's right. The
TV
Super
show.
Slammers
Yeah.
Cyberpunk episode.
Every
right,
week show
yeah.
had that episode.
What?
So I would personally put him in A tier, just above Ghost Freak.
I would agree with that.
Any strong opinions otherwise?
No.
Trying to find the X-Men guy that reminds me of this.
Because he also turned to goo?
No, it's the technology aliens.
Oh,
But,
Oh, you're thinking of Warlock, aren't you?
Yes. What is the
Black
thing that
and
Warlock is?
Phalanx. The Phalanx.
The Phalanx. That's it. Yes, it reminds me of the Phalanx. What you described.
Basically is.
Alright, so those are the original 10. Now there are several other introduced in Alien Force, and one of them being another very cool one, Cannonbolt. I don't like his Omniverse design again.
Wait, Cannonbolt wasn't introduced in Alien Force?
No, sorry, original series.
Yeah.
I had to say. So
He was the first
Cannonbolt,
new one.
yes, Cannonbolt rolls up. He's a Borak, basically.
Yep.
He really ticks me off because like it's called Ben 10. There's 10 aliens. Then he just shows up and it's like complete accident. He's like, I don't know, who am I? I'm just that guy, you know, and I hate him. F tier.
Hey, Ben 11.
Kevin, you realize there's like 50 more aliens, right?
Well, yeah, but he's the first time, you know? Like
Also,
And
he
he's just
loses
that
Ghost Freak,
guy.
so this just brings him back up to 10.
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, he eventually loses Ghost Freak.
But
Even in the title sequence, he replaces Ghost Freak.
I hate Cannonbolt then. Absolutely hate him.
So there, as you can see, his classic design looks much better. It has better shading and an extra stripe as compared to his Ultimate Alien Force version.
He lost his
Why is there
ghost
no
stripes.
image on the wiki of him turning into a ball?
Is there not? There is one down there.
Oh, I see one. I see one. Never mind.
He can like launch himself.
Lancha la palla.
Yeah. So yeah, he turns
Yeah.
into a ball and he can launch himself. His shell's basically indestructible.
Yeah, he's basically Orange Sonic.
I would put him in A tier above Forearms.
Yes.
What?
No.
He is a worthy one.
No. No.
Cannonbolt is great. You don't know what you're missing.
I know what I'm missing. I'm missing this guy. Okay?
What?
This
wow,
guy.
his
Like
Cannonbolt's
forearms.
Omniverse design is
Forearms worked for his place, okay? Like
horrible.
he's buff. Like he tried.
It's really
Cannonbolt,
Cannonbolt
like-
has weight like Kingpin.
But yeah, he just binged, ate some potato chips while working out, watching
Are
Ben
you saying
10.
you're discriminating him because of his weight?
Yes. Due to his
He is
weight.
only ostracized because
All right,
of his
Mason
weight.
Leo, we need your rankings.
I felt like he was a nice low A.
I would have put him B tier.
All right, with
But-
Kevin's, I guess we got to put him in B tier.
Yes. Let's go.
You bumped him a whole letter grade.
Are you
Just-
happy, Kevin?
I'm never happy until he makes his way down to F. But for now, this battle has been won. Now it's up to the states to decide.
Okay. Next up, we've got Wildvine. Honestly, not one of my favorites.
I don't think I've
This is
seen
ripping
this
off
guy.
Wildmutt's name.
There's a
I
better
do like
plant-based
this
alien later.
C tier.
that is also true. Yeah, I
Oh,
put him in C tier.
I don't know.
man.
He's kind of cool. He's got a
Don't
Venus
like him.
flytrap
I like his
shoulder.
uniqueness.
That's why I don't like him.
I like
What?
the uniqueness.
You don't like us the uniqueness, Leo?
Not because of the uniqueness, but because of the uniqueness they chose.
You don't like
High
fly
D
chaps?
for me.
Correct.
What is wrong with you?
All right, I think
Did you like
We'll
touch
bring-
one as a child?
No.
Why do you not like
mean, they
Venus
are free.
flytraps?
Never could
okay.
bring myself
So
to.
the next couple are actually pretty weird cases. Because these are introduced in the episode Ben 10,000, where they go to the future and meet Ben's future self, Ben 10,000.
Hmm.
He unlocks these much later in the show.
Is he just that old?
He's like 35.
But he has 10,000.
Well, why is it 10,000?
aliens.
Well, he unlocked
He's
like
harassed the DNA of 10,000.
by the time he's like 16, he has about 120. So,
So it just goes on from there.
well, eventually he gets what's called the Master Control. It just unlocks all the aliens in the Omnitrix.
And he can just like turn into any of them like at will.
It's more complicated, but yes, basically. So then we
Yeah,
have one of these
like,
is
he can just,
Buzzshock,
like, think
who is
it,
actually a
yeah.
random villain who lives inside the giant rubber band ball.
Yep.
Who is this?
Buzzshock.
Buzzshock.
Yeah.
As far as electric villains go, he is okay, and he's not utilized too much in the show. Honestly, I would put him in C or D.
Looks like a D tier Crimsy
D-tier.
ripoff.
Why is he...
Why is he what?
If he's evil, then why is he in the Omnitrix? I don't get it.
Kevin, there's good and evil in every species.
So does Ben just not have control of himself when he's...
He's not evil. It's the first time we see the species, it's evil.
Oh, why didn't you just say so? F
D.
tier.
D, I'd say D, but I'd be okay with F.
We'll keep it in D. Then I feel like that's. And then we have Arctiguana.
Oh, this guy's cool.
Boring. F
He,
tier.
he barely shows
what?
up, but I think Arctiguana looks kind of cool. I
He's
would put him in
like-
B.
Shark Guana. Come on.
Fine. C tier.
I think kind of like C tier too.
Oh,
Yeah.
B tier.
E
Okay,
is
above or
fine,
below
but I'd be okay with
Wildvine?
D.
Below.
Above.
Below.
Fine.
Above.
I heard 2 belows, unfortunately. I think Arctiguana is pretty cool, but I'm also not going to go to bat
His
for this
redesign is
guy.
awful.
Oh yeah, his redesign's pretty bad. But-
Yeah, no, the redesign sucks, but the
See,
first
the design
one,
you see
like,
here is technically
oh.
the Ben 10,000 version, which is just usually always cooler, so. All right, and now we've got the season 3. I forget what these are called. There's a name.
Aliens.
But basically, these are all the classic monster aliens.
Yeah, they're basically the universal monsters.
So,
You got
Ghost
the
Freak
werewolf, the
returns and he
mummy, and
recruits all these other aliens. This is when Ben first scans aliens. This guy used to be called Ben Wolf, but they changed his name to Blitzwolfer, I guess.
Pretty F tier.
Why?
So he is a werewolf who, because his mouth splits into 4 pieces and he screams sonic sounds.
Oh, that's kind of dope.
That sounds pretty furry.
Oh, that's true.
He
though.
screams Sonic.
Scream Sonic 2 at you.
But he also barely shows up, so I can put him in C or D, honestly.
I put him in D tier,
B.
honestly. It's
B.
not really a good episode. that
Okay,
he's
we've got
in
2
anyway.
B's and a D. Leo, I need your opinion.
F.
I'd say that lands him in low
That is
C.
Alright.
Okay. Now, this one used to be called Ben Mummy, but they changed his name to Snarrow.
That's fine. That's better.
This is an alien that is a
Better than
mummy,
Ben Mummy.
and he can control his bandages. I think he's also radioactive, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, he's got like crystals or whatever in his chest. I think.
His original
just
design
like
is
Laval.
way better than that redesign.
Yeah,
No, this is
hey,
not-
for in the sake of this argument, usually just go off the original design.
Okay. Pretty okay with B for this one. It's a little too derivative of Mummy.
I think he was
do like
only ever used maybe once,
Yep.
it.
He's pretty.
at least in the
pretty
classic.
Cool.
Yeah, like generally these aliens were used like in the episode that they appeared in.
Yeah, never again. Until
Yeah.
Omniverse, basically. But I would argue this guy, honestly, is pretty low in D tier, just because how infrequently he's used, and he doesn't ever do anything cool.
B tier.
Sounds good to me.
For
We got a B. Mace, which one did you say again?
I said B for him.
We got 2 Bs, a D. Ford,
C tier.
C tier, and Leo.
I was agreeing with you, D.
Okay, I guess we'll stick him in C tier alongside the wolf, but I get generally people like him more than the wolf, so...
Did you say woof?
Wolf. Screw off.
Podcast canceled, guys. It's over. 10 years.
A My Heckin' podcast.
All right. Now this one used to be called Ben Victor, but they
I never
changed it to
understood-
Frankenstrike.
I never understood why they didn't call it Frankenben. I don't understand. Why did I not
Is
call
Ben
it
the
that?
monster or the scientist?
Well, this isn't technically a monster. This is how the species looks because they have powers for electrokinesis, regeneration. They have heightened intelligence, heightened
They're
strength.
really abusing that kinesis word.
Yep.
So he has a lot of powers, but he's basically never used. So you don't really know the extent of the powers.
What's the point?
Sounds like another C tier then.
Yeah, honestly. No, I do
Whoa,
like him
wait.
better
He's
than the.
B tier.
I feel
I
like.
give him a B tier because he's voiced by Montanui Michael Dorn.
Oh,
Ah,
okay.
Michael Dorn.
Yeah.
F.
He
Big
has a
fat
lot of
TLR.
potential, but he's just not utilized much. But Michael Dorn can bump him up.
Yes.
Yes, Michael Dorn
Voiced
elevates
by
any
Dorn.
role he's put in.
All right, now we've got a few more of the later introduced ones. Upchuck.
F tier.
F.
Oh yeah, that's
tier.
it.
Wait,
F
what the
tier
heck?
all the
Upchuck
way.
is awesome.
No, that sucks.
His name is Vomit.
Dude.
F tier.
Well,
But
that's
you don't
because
understand what he could do.
he eats
Okay.
a bunch of like stuff, like rocks and buildings and stuff, and then he vomits out giant energy blasts.
Ah, sweet F tier.
That makes no
F
sense.
tier.
F tier.
Dude, he looks
He's
like
so happy. How does he
a
have the
corporate
metabolism for that?
dinosaur.
You
Gone
those
wrong.
Of
He
us,
doesn't, Leo. He doesn't keep it down.
Those of us who've seen it know how cool Upchuck is, especially against the hybrids.
He got
He's
a
a
very
bad
radical
Digimon.
design change from his original to Ultimate
Yeah,
Alien.
that was a radical design change, but he was very useful.
Yeah,
Yes.
Upchuck. Okay, me and Ford are gonna argue for higher. I would say Upchuck is a good A tier, but you guys are all arguing S.
Yes.
Yeah.
F. He's ugly as sin.
He doesn't look cool at all. He's a
That's the
dweeb.
point. He's
he has-
unassuming, but
He
he's
has crooked teeth.
Oh, he's pretty.
I guess we're gonna have to put him
His
in
name
low
is
C or D tier.
Oh,
Okay,
D
we-
tier is acceptable.
you guys are boring.
Can we at least put him
Yes.
above
Boring.
Stinkfly?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Next up, we've got Ditto.
Oh,
F tier.
Pokemon.
Ditto has the power to make infinite clones of himself that all feel
F
the
tier.
same pain and no other powers. He's not that useful, especially
F
as
tier.
we get later.
It sounded
Kinda
kind
not
of like useful
great
until
looking either.
they all just feel the same pain. That's useless.
Yeah. One guy stubs his toe, they're all out. That's not great.
His design looks okay though. So again, there will be some very bad aliens later.
D
I would
tier.
at least
I'm okay
argue
with
D
him being
tier.
D tier.
Yeah. I mean, if you're thinking if you had a transformation,
He looks like a
you'd
Zora.
be kind of
from
disappointed to have Ditto in one of them.
Legend
I
of
would be
Zelda.
disappointed to have this.
What were you gonna say, Ford?
Well, I was just thinking, like, because the thing with that episode that he appears in is that he can't turn back into the human form until they all merge back together, right?
Yeah, but that's only in that episode. Later, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So it's a big risk you got to take.
Yeah, there's way too many
Yeah.
downsides with Ditto,
Yeah, it doesn't.
especially we're gonna learn about Echo Echo in a moment here.
That
You'll
sounds
Let's
see-
go on.
dumb.
Hey, and that's one of my
yeah.
favorite albums.
Okay, I completely missed that this guy even existed growing up.
Yeah, because he's only in like the one episode.
Ah, he's like the guy that what's what's his name? The guy with
From
many
X-Men?
eyes around his body.
That really narrows it down.
Yeah, he is only
Hold
in...
on, I got you.
Mysterio? Like,
I'll get there eventually.
He's like a more boring.
So yeah, he
version
was
of-
he's
only
only
in
in,
Ben
like, the
10 versus
Sinister
the
Six
Negative 10,
episode.
1 and 2, which I guess I missed entirely because I definitely saw that when it was out. And then also in the gold edition of Secret of the Omniverse. And he's
You see,
not
the
in the other
problem-
ones.
The problem with the negative 10 is that they only had appeared once, and that episode was only broadcast one time.
Was it? I must have recorded it the one time it happened then too.
Yeah. Like, it never came on again because it was considered
I think
a
they might-
special, and they don't air specials.
I think they might put on Boomerang though.
Oh, that makes sense.
But
It's gonna
yeah,
be a C for me.
Guy's powers make no sense. His eyes just shoot all sorts of different things, like fire
That's
or
it.
lightning and water and stuff, I guess.
We already have aliens that can do those things. Lame F tier.
Yeah, I honestly would put Guy in F tier.
Argus, that's who I'm thinking of. He's like Argus.
So
Who?
me and Ford say F tier. Makes what
He's
we're
got eyes
saying.
all over himself.
I'd be okay with D, but I have no strong feelings. F sounds good to me too.
He's boring is the thing. The worst sin and the alien can
design looks kind of sick, but why
Not the way it's
doesn't he
used.
do anything?
Omniverse gets through the big eye on the chest, and I think that's a mistake.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, Leo, what would you rank Eye Guy?
C tier for eyes.
Okay, 2 Fs, a C, a D. Kevin.
I'll go for a D.
All right, put in D. I'll give him that. I put him above Ditto or Buzzshock
Yes.
Wait, why is the F tier empty?
because we've not gotten to Omniverse yet.
We haven't scraped the bottom of the barrel. Here we go. This is who Eye Guy reminds me of. Come on.
Let me grab. What?
Argus, the guy with eyes all over himself.
Oh, I didn't even notice those were eyes. Let me pull it up
yeah,
here.
they're eyes.
That's not a very good rendition of him.
Look, it's the best one that the internet could provide of me.
Okay. There you go.
Look,
All
you
right,
get some
finally-
culture when you listen to the show.
The last of the original aliens, and probably the most powerful, Way Big.
Oh,
Don't like the
dude, he
name.
looks just
I
like,
I don't even recognize the original design, honestly, because I'm so much more used to the Alien Force version.
He looks
I
like
like the original better. It's a little more
Japanese
creepy
thing.
and alien.
What are they?
So what does he do?
He gets big.
He's very big, like the size of like World Trade Centers,
Oh,
and
so that's
he
what
can also
happened.
shoot a laser out of his arm.
So Ben 10
So that's
was
what
aligned
happened.
with the Jews?
Oh,
He's
is Fred
basically just like
Tatasciore?
Tokusatsu.
Huh?
Yeah.
He's voiced by Fred Tatasciore. I can never say his name right.
Tatasciore.
Red teeth.
Yes, until D. Bradley Baker takes over for him and basically every other alien later.
A tier.
Yeah, Way Big's pretty cool. I don't think S tier just because at some point it gets weird because when Ben has him unlocked, why he doesn't just always use him for one?
Well,
Say hi,
if he's
B.
so big, like,
Oh,
What if you-
power scaling problems. I see.
Yeah.
F tier.
Mhm.
We can broker no hint of power
However,
scaling.
he is cool. And it is always a treat when you get to see him. You know things are getting real when you see Way Big. Except for that one time in the Civil War episode.
oh, they
He
go
went
to
to
the,
fight in the Civil War?
A
What?
battle
Did he
of
fight for the North or the
Gettysburg?
South?
No, it was red versus blue. Kevin sold guns to both sides.
Oh, right.
Kevin,
yeah,
how could you?
That episode.
Oh man.
The moral of the story at the end is Ben just gives up and decides he can't solve everything.
That is a good moral.
So
especially
the
if
moral
your
is
parents are
that
getting a
Kevin
divorce.
should sell guns to both sides. Warmongering.
But I would say A tier. Personally, I like him better than Forearms.
A tier
Say
or
A
B
tier as
tier.
well.
I don't
I'm feeling B, but I leaned more A as we went along.
like. I would not have allowed him to go.
Now
S
again,
tier,
also
but-
again, if you have an Omnitrix, you would actually want Way Big on your Omnitrix.
That's right.
I
Just
don't like
end
his
every
name,
fight.
though.
It's,
What
it's
if
very
there was a
descriptive though.
Pokemon Go?
Would you rather
version?
his a species name of Tokustar?
Sounds too Japanese.
No, I don't
Way
need
big is
him
great.
to be
That
named
makes
after all
sense.
It
the
is
man
very
Goku.
much a Japanese-inspired alien.
Yeah.
All right, now we're going to Alien Force. Now, Leo,
All
here's
right.
where the Lego set's
Now
coming.
I know these aliens. Let's go.
So now we have ones that are introduced. 5 years later, Ben gets a whole new set of aliens, and he loses access to the original 10.
For now.
Yes.
For now.
So then we have Swamp Fire.
Isn't that just the fire guy, but now a swamp?
So he has the power to release swamp gas that is flammable and use flamethrowers. He has seed bombs.
Oh, so
he can
he's the
grow
war crime
plants.
alien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he has seed
S
bombs.
tier.
He's a pretty cool design. I don't know if I personally put an S tier, but I think he's a good alien. I think he's
Oh
a
no,
unique
he is
design.
S tier. He
You
is
got two
S
S tiers and A tier.
A2.
Any way to
I'd say
violate?
A tier.
Leave a suggestion.
Two S tier, two A tier, or three A tier. So it's high A tier, I guess.
All right.
I mean, I might consider going back later on that, but next up we have Echo Echo. Please ignore the ugly design for him. So remember how we said Ditto has a bunch of drawbacks?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Echo Echo can clone himself infinite times and also just allow the other ones to die and nothing happens.
S
And also he has the power to shoot waves of sound.
So he's Ditto, but better.
Ditto sucks.
I put it A
majorly.
tier.
I would even go with S tier for Echo Echo, honestly. His
I don't think he
powers are
looks cool enough to be S tier, but the powers
Yeah.
are cool.
He does
I
not
put it
look
in A.
cool.
Okay, can do A.
A for me.
That's trouble with all these sound guys. I always make them look lame somehow just to undercut them.
Well, we'll get to Ultimate
Yeah.
Echo Echo eventually.
Mmm.
Humongosaur.
That'd be cool.
I do not like
S tier.
Humongosaur.
What? He's a big dude.
He
Lego
contributes to
guy.
70% of the transformations, and
Yeah, he
he's
does
just
super
strong
cool.
guys, basically. He's originally he has the power to grow, and that
But
was
look at
cool,
this
but
guy.
he just stops growing at some point.
Look at this guy.
Well,
Hey.
he stops growing when he gets like the horns or whatever.
You can turn his neck into a hat. It's true.
Also, yeah, he doesn't do much interesting. He's just a more boring version of Forearms, eventually.
Well,
Yeah.
but
But
he's a
he just says he's
dinosaur.
humanoid dinosaur.
That is cool.
I
But his
personally-
first nickname is Maggot.
Ah, but humongo bore. Ah, that's quite the put down. Gotta bump into B tier.
Okay, B tier.
I can go with B tier.
Yeah, I can
B2.
live with that.
No, above the
No,
Yes.
Cannonbolt is better.
Cannonball
above.
is better.
No.
Next up, we have Jet Ray. Jet Ray is the new superior flying alien. He is basically a deep space flying frog.
A tier.
He can shoot lasers out of his hands and head. He can fly at up to light speed.
Mhm.
Oh,
So he sounds
tier.
so
Can't allow
good
that.
that they don't bring him back.
Huh?
This is the only time he ever shows up.
No.
Then
He
why has
shows
he
up
only
in
got
the-
the one
Gets used a
design?
lot.
Oh, because the writers thought Ben used him too much, but not Humongosaur for some reason. So because he wasn't in the original series for one, so he has that. Then Omniverse, he's one of the only aliens never to show up in Omniverse. Instead, they replaced him with a stupid one called Aerodactyl.
Exactly. Like this guy's super
Wait,
powerful.
they replaced him with a Pokemon?
Yeah.
They actually called it Aerodactyl.
I
and
think
didn't
so,
Get
if-
sued? Oh, okay.
I think that's what he's called at least. No, Astrodactyl, sorry.
I was gonna say if they called him Aerodactyl.
But
I'd
honestly,
get sued by
Jet Ray's
Nintendo.
design's pretty alright. I wouldn't put him in A tier, but I would put him in B tier, above Humongosaur.
That's
Does
fair.
Jet Ray have mass?
No.
Then I suppose the light speed is allowed.
I think he is basically weightless.
Oh,
Imagine.
basically weightless doesn't mean he's weightless. F tier, he can't do that. Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas.
We're moving on.
Big chill.
Okay, ignore the Omniverse version. I like Big Chill. I think he's one of the coolest
Big
designs.
Chill.
That's just Blue Beetle from Batman. The brave and the bold.
So, Big Chill has frost powers. He also has intangibility and flight.
That is a terrible Omniverse design.
Yeah, I
man.
know.
Losing
It loses
fat.
why do
all
they
the
make-
character.
Yeah, I know.
He got fat.
Dude, I like that.
Because of his
But
weight.
I think he has one of the coolest power sets out of all of them. He has a really cool design. I would argue for S tier for Big Chill.
I think I can
What a
get
name
behind
for
this.
I agree.
species.
Is his personality like, you know, cool?
Kopaka.
Yeah.
Then
Basically
S
just
tier.
He doesn't move his
obviously.
mouth when he talks, just frost comes out of it.
S tier.
That's three S tiers, unless Mason Leo throws some vitriol into here, he's going in S tier.
I'm fine
no,
with S
I'm
tier.
feeling S tier.
I agree. Good alien.
Okay. Next up is an interesting one. We've got Chroma Stone, and we're just gonna ignore the secrets of
Crystal
Chroma Stone.
Jesus.
I was trying not to have that on air. So,
What the heck?
Chroma Stone is
Crystal Jesus.
okay, Ford, no more. Okay. Chroma Stone
Sorry,
is
can't
a
help.
similar. Apparently, he's from the same planet as Diamond Head, but there's only one of him, which doesn't really make sense for the Omnitrix. He has the power to absorb and redirect energy and shoot laser beams. That's about it.
He can also reform planets.
Yeah, but
By
again,
dying?
yeah, actually,
Yes.
He does have the best. I think one of the best Lego sets.
and yeah, he has a cool Lego set.
Wait,
Of
he's
them.
in Lego?
The Chroma Stone horn piece appears in the Lego movie when Emmett falls down the hole.
Does it now?
Yeah.
That's neat.
But his design's
Okay.
pretty cool, but I
Cheat on
feel
that
his
guy.
powers are kind of boring. So I would argue for C tier.
B tier looks cool.
The Lego set, he's way too thick in. Like,
I feel like he looks thicker in some other shots. Yeah, like this one.
Okay, so Ford, it's this, but we put the chromostone on it.
Hang on.
So I would argue C tier personally. We need some more
We
rankings.
give him
in
to
here.
D. We give him to D. Bradley Baker.
I'd put Chroma Stone in B tier.
C, B,
B sounds good.
C, B,
C.
Mace. Okay, C. That's the
C.
tiebreaker.
All right.
Next up, we've got Brainstorm. He's the smart alien of this wave, except this time he's a human-sized crab who can also shoot lightning out of his forehead when it splits open.
S tier.
I believe that he is not smarter than Gray Matter.
He's pretty cool, though. He's a crab.
Crab brave, you know.
Wait, if he's a crab, does that mean he's get
What?
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 Look!
I think
All things eventually go to crab. The crabs have not evolved into anything else since their inception.
He can
Hence they are
produce
perfect
and
beings.
manipulate electricity by thinking hard enough. He can open his skull.
I like.
I can also open my skull, but I can't shoot lightning out of it.
I
Sounds
can
like a
shoot air out
ll
of
issue.
mine.
Just saying.
Yeah,
Oh,
have you ever
Leo,
tried-
I might have a fact that'll bring it down for you. He also has electric kinesis that he can use to telekinetically
Yes, he
move
can lift
objects
things with his electricity. mind.
Whoa, he's pretty smart.
with a range from
Just say
trains
he's
to living
telekinetic.
beings.
Just call it telekinesis. It
No, he doesn't have
need
telekinesis.
to put electro in front of it. Electro implies that you're interacting with the Coulomb force.
Nope, he has to use lightning. Telekinetics still uses no lightning.
But he would kill people if he does that.
Yeah, but he does it anyway.
He's a war criminal again.
Personally, I've never been a huge
It's
fan of
inhumane.
Oh,
Brainstorm.
he's got technokinesis, too.
All right, give me
Oh,
give me
shit.
some letter grades, guys.
Top of B for
B
me.
tier.
C tier.
A
C
tier.
tier.
B tier sounds like the general consensus.
He's
a
better than
crab.
Humongous.
All right,
These riders.
here we've got another fan favorite, Spider Monkey.
S tier.
The Lego guy.
Yeah, his powers are pretty self-explanatory. He has all the powers of a monkey and a spider.
F tier.
S tier.
Monkeys don't have a lot of powers, but
He can climb
Ah.
around, and he has gymnastics and stuff. He can punch people. He also has forearms, like
He can punch
forearms.
He can,
people.
he can web stuff. I
Yeah, he can
guess.
web out of his
Wait.
tail.
Oh,
I can also web out of my tail.
Never mind. Spider Monkey doesn't exist.
E tier.
Anyway, I would argue for A tier for Spider Monkey.
I don't know. I just don't really like him that much.
He also has a
I'd
great
be willing
Lego
to
set.
move it up to
Ugly
C
for my
tier,
taste.
I guess.
The Lego set is better than the actual design.
Lego set is better. Thank you.
Yeah. F
Okay.
tier.
Like I said, it's pretty good
A,
compared to
F,
this.
Mace,
Why does his
I like
Omniverse
B for
design
him,
look
B.
like that?
B, Ford, Leo,
I'm way too attached to the
A.
Lego one at this point.
C.
A,
A.
C. I think he's going high B, it sounds like. Next
But
up,
not above Cannonball.
we've got number
Above.
9.
Goop.
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 Goop
That
is
one creative
goop,
fella.
and he can shoot goop that's like acid. That's about it. He can get going to cracks.
He conforms around this like saucer.
I like his design. It's pretty
Yeah,
neat.
it's a nice design.
Yeah.
I like
His
the
powers
touch of
don't
the
sound
saucer.
that good.
But personally, I would put him in low B, just above Humongosaur. But that's
That's
just me.
fair.
Maybe a C for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, he doesn't do too much. It's a platypus.
All right. It's time to
Ooh.
tell you guys about Alien X.
Oh,
So-
that is so much better.
We only got 9 aliens in the first season of Alien Force.
Yeah, I remember when they debuted the aliens week by week online at the library, the middle school library, and Alien X was just blocked out
Yep.
until season
This
2
was the
premiered.
secret alien.
Yeah, and then they showed it, and it's just space, which was really,
Now, personally, I like
really
this design.
disappointing.
I
However,
think it's cool.
it's grown on me.
So, now
I didn't-
here's the thing. Alien X is possibly the most powerful alien in the Omnitrix.
It is the most powerful alien.
No, there's some that are introduced later that are debated.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because they don't have the same drawbacks. However, inside of Alien X includes 2 personalities.
Inside you, there are 2 wolves.
They're eating you from
Literally.
the inside.
So basically, Alien
You
X
are a furry.
is basically like a demigod. He can basically more reality, but
Yeah, it can.
he has to have these 2 opposing personalities agree on something in order to do it. And so basically, it's just always at odds. And if you don't get them to agree, Ben just gets stuck in this form forever.
Nice.
That's terrible.
So it is a huge, huge risk to use Alien X. And he's
However,
almost-
if you do use it right, you can blink things out.
Dude, why did they give him like?
yeah, his Omniverse design I'm not a fan of.
It's literally
They
like
gave
I was
him
going to
the-
say, I want to beat up whoever did that.
They gave him the Sentinel Prime chin.
So downsides is he's not really used that much because of his drawbacks. He introduces a lot of questions to the lore. Upside is he's very powerful.
It looks
Man, that is quite a big chin difference.
Well, I think he's neat. A tier.
Oh yeah.
It looks like
Say
it
A
causes a lot
tier.
of problems. B
A
tier.
tier, B tier. I would probably say B tier just because of the drawbacks.
A tier because he looks. Cool.
Oh right, we've got him in A tier.
B tier due to story significance.
Mhm.
Forge of Creation? What does that mean? Probably causes
The
problems. for
Forge of
story.
Creation is where Alien X species is born.
So
basically-
there's a whole species of these.
Yeah, there is,
guys?
and basically each species is an entire universe. There's 1 per universe.
Oh, multiverse. I
Not
forgot.
exactly.
Makes
It's
you wonder how
back
they
then. It
got the
wasn't
sample.
multiverse.
Yes, it
but-
was.
It wasn't like string theory type multiverse. It was like just different universes, which is more creative. There is a difference.
As if anyone actually looks at string theory for inspiration for their story.
Well, they do, but the cliff notes.
Look, many worlds theory was along long before string theory became the dominant force of stagnation in
Next up,
scientific inquiry.
we've got Lodestar, which is actually one of the only ones I think has an improved
Yeah,
Omniverse design.
I was about to say, like, well, why is this? The second, the Omniverse one looks cooler. Why?
Hmm.
So he basically is the power of magnets. He's Magneto.
Oh my god.
His species name is the Biosivartian. I love this already. S tier.
You never know what Leo's gonna like latch onto.
The Biosavart law. I hated it in physics too. It's how you calculate magnetic force by brute force.
He also can like blow up and regenerate.
Ah, just like me. S tier.
I think the power is not always useful, but I think he
His
is.
whole world is Maxwell. Definite S tier.
Maxwell.
Got anything else to
what
share?
a name.
Okay.
That looks to be it.
Well, I think Leo might bump him into A tier single-handedly here. I think the design is cool. The power is a power that we hadn't seen up until this point, which gives him a reason to exist. I could go with low A.
A tier works.
I was thinking
If you
A.
must.
All right. Next up, an episode that I have actually somehow missed to this day, which is called Con of Wrath.
Let
I
me tell
get
you
it.
something, Liam, quick.
So Wrath is the professional wrestler alien, basically.
The professional wrestler furry.
Yes, he's a tiger. He has these little claw blades. Like he's a mix between like Wolverine and Hulk Hogan.
Oh, so he's like the tiger from the circus in Madagascar 3.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
with the
kinda.
fire rings and all the P
He looks
Diddy
just
lube.
like him.
But yeah, then he Wrath. Unlike
Except the
there's
murderer.
you know how there's some aliens where Ben gets smarter. This one actually lowers his IQ to use.
Well, you see, they're called
Uh,
apoplexians. Put it together.
So I'm actually not a huge fan of Wrath.
Oh, come on. Wrath is great. He gets angry.
Apparently, he has 3 Omniverse designs. The one where they give him
Thought of
clothes, I
Wrath.
think, is stupid.
Why is
When he
he
got
wearing the
really
leaf
Oh, no.
self-conscious.
So I'm not. I'm
Got
just. I just think.
butterflies on his wrists.
I just think he's a little bit boring because the design is just a tiger, basically. But
He's a bit on the nose.
Yeah.
I would go with D tier. But that's
Uh,
just me.
I
I'm
think
cool
he's
with
like
D.
he could be a C tier, but that Ford impression that he, yeah, maybe D.
Something right here.
Let me tell you something, Kevin.
Yeah, no, F tier. I changed my mind.
Nanomech. Now, Nanomech was
That's
technically
actually how he
is the only alien introduced in one of the
That's
live
how
action
Hulk Hogan
movies.
Yeah.
sounds.
Nanomech's powers are very vaguely defined. He's a tiny bug that shoots lasers. He doesn't do very much. He doesn't appear very often. He only looks okay. I would argue
What is
low
this
D.
AS?
Yeah.
Alien Swarm, the live action movie.
Live
Oh.
action?
Yep, there were 2 live action movies.
There were 2 live
Are you
action
sure?
Ben 10s?
2.
I don't really. I believe you, but I'm stunned.
How did this happen?
If I didn't believe you, I would not believe.
Who
you.
permitted this to happen?
Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network.
I-
Hmm.
Is it like the live-action Cartoon Network Scooby-Doo movies?
yeah.
Yep.
Oh no!
No, they're not very good.
You know,
I kinda wanna
Avatar: The
watch
Last
that.
I would be
Airbender?
surprised if they
fun.
were good.
Whoa, that cast looks amazing, actually.
Do you know the girl that plays Gwen in this? It is, Axel's girlfriend in the middle.
Which one?
The redhead.
Well, obviously.
Oh, okay.
When you search this, you don't find any pictures of the aliens. That's because
Oh,
it's
this
barely
is
show up in
something
it.
else.
Oh, Race Against Time.
I've never
That-
seen them
that's
fully. Someday
real.
I'll have to watch them. But anyway, Nanomech is a boring alien and doesn't appear very often for a reason. I would almost argue F tier because he's inconsequential.
Sounds good to me.
Is he even really an alien if he's a human microchip hybrid?
Well, that was the thing, isn't it? But the Omnitrix scanned him and he's available, so.
It looks like Big Chill is an alien swarm.
Oh, big chill.
I'll have to actually watch the full of Alien Swarm later. They retroactively go back and just kill the villain off screen.
Wait, what?
Really? That sounds like a
sounds
very
really
bold
funny.
artistic choice.
Ultimate Alien really loves just screwing with the lore from the live
Continuity,
action
yeah.
movies.
Wait,
So honestly, I
wait,
would almost put Nanomech in F tier. I can argue that he's not offensive, so maybe low D. But what do other people think?
Are
Nah,
the
I was thinking
movies
F tier's good.
canon?
F tier. F tier.
F tier for coming for live action movie. As much as I want a meme on it, it sucks. It's gotta be
Yeah,
it.
don't,
It also
don't.
sounds
All
like a
right,
gimp.
let's dive right into Ultimate Alien here because now I've got some actually good ones with the Andromeda
Alright.
5.
Good. Drama 5.
So these are aliens Ben scans that were not included originally in the Omnitrix because they're from another galaxy.
Which
so
one?
The Omnitrix is mainly Milky Way galaxy species. These are from the Andromeda galaxy.
The galaxy where the scrolls are from.
So here we get in Water Hazard. And you know what's weird? We did not have a water alien up to this point.
You had.
Ripjaws.
Yeah.
No, he can't shoot water. He just goes in water. Water Hazard
Okay.
can shoot boiling, high-pressured water out of his fists.
Dude,
All right.
Where
pressure
does the water
washer.
come from?
Oh, like a mantis shrimp. Very cool.
He generates it somehow.
From the water in the air?
There is no water, in this
his
air.
spirit.
Yeah, I think Water Hazard's a cool design overall.
Oh, we haven't even gotten to the ultimate forms yet.
No, we haven't. I want to
Oh.
at least get through those tonight, so let's go. We'll see what
Okay.
happens.
I don't know if we're going to.
I don't know either. Well, let's at least get through the Andromeda 5. Yeah. Oh no, I'm not going to tell Leo this power.
I
Hydrokinesis.
Thermohydrokinesis.
the hazard a guess.
Yes. But he's very powerful. His shell is basically impenetrable.
Once again.
I like how the wiki says 1 out of 10 for.
I
one
would
of the
personally put
pictures
him
of
in A tier.
Okay with A tier.
All right.
He can absorb water too, just like Tahu or Vakama did that one time with the ice creature or the fire creature in the cave.
We got there eventually.
All right, next up we have Amphibian, and while I hate his name, his powers are interesting.
What do you
Oh,
mean?
it
The
looks
name
cool.
is fantastic.
I never know where Leo's gonna land on things.
Look, he comes from the planet Teslos. Amazing. DNA source. Rad. Like, get it?
Anyway,
By electrokinesis.
he's able to manipulate and produce electricity. I do not see electrokinesis here, Leo.
Bioelectrokinesis under abilities.
Oh.
No, bio.
And even worse, perhaps, is electrical telekinesis. What does that mean? It made no sense the first time. It doesn't make any more sense here.
Yeah,
You
that's
can
bad.
become pure energy to travel through electrical cables.
Literally electro.
Okay, I hate when they give electric characters that power and then they give them a physical body too. Like, which is it? Do they have a physical body or are they just like?
He can also make himself intangible. Now, here's the reason
Mace
I'm not
makes
a
a good
huge
point.
fan of Amphibian. He has no new powers. These are all powers that we've seen in other aliens up to this point.
What's the point of him being? Ooh, I'm from the Andromeda Galaxy. I'm just like what we have back home. Ooh.
But he's a jellyfish.
Well, maybe in the Andromeda Galaxy they didn't have electricity. You ever think about that?
I have a bespoke answer.
Hmm.
He is made that way to sell toys.
You are correct.
I don't think he did because the
Sell a
sale
lot of
toys
toys?
dipped.
No.
Well, at least you tried.
But honestly, I would put him in D tier at best. I mean, he
Okay,
looks
D.
kind of okay. So I'd put him
He
above
looks good enough
Wrath,
for C.
Wrath and Eye Guy. I could put him low C. It's just again, I take issue with his powers being nothing unique.
Let's see. Works.
That's what makes him a candidate for D.
All right, low C. We can do that. Let's we'll go through the Andromeda 5, and then I guess this last two episode we come back to someday.
like the
Like the Transformers tier list.
All right, now we've got Armadillo.
I like the
Great
name.
design. I love it.
Yeah, this is S tier for me.
S tier.
So yeah, he's strong and he has giant drills as arms, like jackhammers.
And
This guy
there's
was
nothing
the
else you need to know.
inspiration for my own version of Onua.
What do you
S
mean?
tier.
He has no jackhammer kinesis.
Drillakinesis.
He's got drill arms. That's awesome.
Yeah, and he's big. He's called Armo Drillo. Like,
I would say high B personally,
Armadillo.
but I could get convinced to put him in A.
I was feeling A for him.
All
but
right.
I wouldn't mind if he ended up in S. It wouldn't bug me at all.
All right. So I think a lot of people are going on S. Anyone else have an opinion to throw in?
His
A
head is a
sounds good.
Spartan mask.
No, it is not.
Sort of is.
It is
No,
a
don't get him
clone.
started. All right, next up we have Terraspin. You know, these have all been elemental based. Terraspin, believe it or not, is the air version. So,
That makes sense. Gamera also flies through the air.
I never know where Leo's gonna
Do
land.
you have a theme song like Gamera?
So,
no,
he
he's
can-
right. I never made that connection.
He can spin his limbs around like giant fan blades and then shoot air out of his chest and stuff.
Where does
I'd put
the
him
air
in
come
D,
from?
but I'd be okay with C.
He like sucks it in and then it goes out.
All right, at least there's an explanation. Aerokinesis sucks.
C.
Is aerokinesis on here?
Like, kinesis does a lot of
Yes,
heavy lifting in this
top of the
show.
list.
oh yeah, it's there.
So his feet turn
See.
into one fins. He has 3 fins when he's flying.
Ah, so he's
Hmm.
Like a fan
helicopter.
blade.
I'm not a huge fan of him being just a turtle, the same way I'm not a fan of Wrath being just a tiger, personally.
Thank you.
But
I don't
he's
know,
a turtle
kinda
with
spins.
his head.
He also
like,
has
in-
magic resistance for some reason.
Wait, what?
This makes sense. Turtles are known for
Why?
this.
Oh, it's because the shell. I get it.
And people who know the Ben 10 lore, we're getting
Such
a
as
lot of
me.
angry Wrath fans. I know Wrath has his fans, but if
like-
you see our Pokemon ranking list, you know we're not in tune with anyone's community.
Is it the furries? Like they're like, oh
It's
yeah,
Stigma
rat.
Cat, I'm sorry.
No, some people find him really funny, and I can understand that.
I think he's funny.
I personally, he just is not my sense of humor. I feel like Leo would really like him if he saw him in the show because Leo loves professional wrestling characters.
I think if Leo saw him in action, he'd fall in love with the guy.
Oh,
Apparently, I already know what he sounds like without ever watching the show.
Apparently, it's same.
But anyway, Terraspin, I honestly feel like is C or D, but I want to hear what you guys want to think.
D tier.
I've already
C.
said C and
If you're
D.
going to keep it low,
Yeah.
may as well be C. He's a turtle and he spins. I don't know what more you want from him.
There's not much more.
I
Like,
actually, I'd put him below Wrath. I would rather have Wrath than Terraspin.
he doesn't suck like Upchuck, you know, but.
Yeah.
All
Not letting
right.
that vomit live his name down.
And the last of the Andromeda 5, we've got NRG.
I like this guy.
NRG is like a guy made out of
Looks
pure
like a
nuclear
welder.
energy inside of a hazmat suit made out of metal.
I really.
How do you get a
like this
DNA
guy.
sample from that?
He
I
scanned
don't
it.
know.
That's a great question.
What is there to scan?
How do you get a DNA sample?
If you
Look at
scroll
him.
down, you can see how NRG's true form.
That doesn't help anything.
Yeah, like he's better off in the.
I am actually not a fan of NRG at all.
What? He's
No,
a
he's
new
kinda
guy.
lame.
He's a worse heat blast. All he does is he makes things hot. That's it.
But he's
Oh,
nuclear.
He should be worse. It's like he should be giving everyone cancer.
That's what the suit's for.
Yeah.
But like when he's not in the suit, everyone should just have cancer.
Immediate.
What about when he
cancer.
blasts out of the suit? Doesn't he shoot like fire blasts?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, like
And
the guy
wouldn't
should
those
just
be radioactive?
Fire-
Firing
from turtle
highly
cancer.
radioactive energy beams through the vent in his
Yeah.
suit.
the cancer beams?
They're
It's the
strong
cancer
enough to
beam.
destroy
S-tier,
large
S-tier.
chunks of planet falling from the sky.
Ah, so
He
he
gives
could.
people cancer. He is S tier.
So he could nuke things while giving people cancer.
See,
Like,
he is more powerful in his blast than like Heat Blast, but there are way more downsides and less fun. I would honestly put him in F tier.
Nah, nuclear Mace is right. Nuclear fallout is a great time. S tier.
I think fair A tier.
Okay, Ford, what do you think?
I put it in F tier.
Wow. Divisive.
Yeah.
Okay, Mace, you're the
So-
tiebreaker here.
No, I already said S tier.
Oh my
So-
gosh, so I guess he goes in C or B?
I think B, because there's more
B.
higher things for him.
Fine. What are we at for time? I guess we gotta end here, don't we?
We have been going for 80 minutes. This is one of our longest episodes, but also most watched.
It
Well-
just did actually do very well.
Wasn't last week's episode longer? Well, that was also a lot of technical stuff, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that
like-
doesn't count.
I think I cut it down because I had to cut off like the first 10 minutes of the episode.
Yeah.
It's still an hour and a half long actually, but yeah, so this isn't as long. All right, well, we do have a lot of new listeners on this episode, so I want to thank you for joining us this week. We will continue this episode topic in the future, so please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. We usually go live around 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time every Monday night. We do mainly LEGO content, but often do other fun things like talking about Nintendo, Transformers, movies, food.
We've talked about Transformers once.
Oh.
Yeah?
Well, no, we
No.
talked about Lego Transformers a couple times.
That's true when the news was relevant.
And about Bayformers.
So if you just like listening to people talk about all things pop culture and hobbies, go ahead and join us again in
philosophy.
the future. You can even join the BCC Crew Discord server. There's a link in the description below. Follow us on X because we post there sometimes. All right, so for Ford, Leo, Mace, Valeris, and myself, LQ, we thank you for listening, and we'll see you on the next episode.